Hello. I just wanted to make a quick video about like tips on how to get more damage on Oax hard mode. So I've set up two dummies in my house. I put them on a rug. I don't know how far away they are. I could probably check, like roughly. So from this guy, but something like 10 meters away, something like that. Which is just about how close they would be. This looks about right. Like if this was the mini, they could probably be a little closer, but let's keep them like this. Just to simulate bad stacking. So one of the first steps we'll go through is like let's take a look at our abilities, right? So this would be what I use for Oaks parsing, like this exact bar setup. Um so let's see, one thing is your blockade. When you place blockade, you can't stand like this because your blockade is doing no damage behind you. It's only going to be doing damage in front of where you cast it at. Now, like right here, if we place our blockade like this, it will hit both very easily. It's pretty long. It even goes like way further too. Like blockade is very, 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 very long thing. So you could even, let's say you fumble the bag a little bit, you're all the way back here. It is still ticking all the way up there. Let's go even farther back just for fun. It is still ticking. That's crazy. So literally, if you just stand at the back of the mini and aim towards Oaks with your blockade, bam, you're good. You are solid. Another thing too, let's get rid of that. We can stand at the side here, get a little bit of angle to it. If you don't want to stand directly behind, you get a little bit to the side and it'll still tick. Let's see, if we move a little forward, does it still tick? It does. Now, of course, I don't know if this is his hitbox or, like obviously the mini's hitbox is going to be a little different, but, standing towards the side, all the way behind, anything like this, let's try to see how far we can push this. So right about here, it's not going to hit. Like if you're very clearly in front of it, then it's not going to hit. But if you're to the side or directly behind, dude, for sure, just aim your wall at Oaks and you'll be hitting both. Okay, so the next thing is your fulminating. Your fulminating is completely single target. So if I aim my fulminating at this guy, it's not gonna do anything to the atro. But what I tell my teams when I'm going for PB or even just regular Rockros, if you want to kill the minis on time, you don't want to risk any enrages, fulminate your mini. Like if you were gonna pick one, fulminate the mini. Now if you're going for like a score push, you're trying to get really high single target on Oaks, for sure, just tap target Oaks and put fulminating on him. But for general rock road that you're gonna be doing, you're trying to get PB, you want minis to die on time. So definitely tap target all of the minis and put your fulminatings on those. Next up, I have Crux Weaver. I can't really show you how that works now, but it's good skill, really good for Oaks. And then scholarship, obviously you just keep that buff up. Let's see. Oh, or ulti. Okay, so here's something. We'll wait for our fulminating to drop out. Okay, so fulminating's gone. Here's our languid. Languid's pretty big, so if you place it just in between, it's gonna hit both pretty good. It's not as big as a Destro, so just keep that in mind. Like a Destro ulti is gonna be way bigger, I think. But you can still hit languid in between if they're stacked the right way. I know one thing too is just if you're standing back here, I know it can be hard to see like the midpoint of the two, but you can always just like do whatever you gotta do. If you need to real quick stand in between and place it and then go back and do what you're doing, then whatever you need to do to make sure that that your languid's hitting, because it's such a damage loss if you're only hitting one with your languid. You lose so much damage out of it. Okay, so let's take a look at Quick Cloak next. So I know like we've had this theme of standing behind the mini and aiming at Oaks. That's cool. But you know, you might say, what about your quick cloak, right? It's only going to be hitting one. But quick cloak is an AoE. If I stand in between, it's going to hit both, right? So, okay. Let's see. If I hug the mini, does it hit Oaks? No. If I stand here? No. Yeah. Okay. Well, you can't stand here as an arcanist. Like, you either have to be on one or the other. You can't really stand in between. That's not how you do damage. So I wouldn't worry about trying to hit quick cloak on both. It's just it's not worth it. Even it's really, really not good of a dot anyway. You would rather prioritize your other skills like your flail and your beam. So, you know, I would, let's take it back to what we were talking about before. You're fulminating on the mini. You know, why not add more to it? Have your quick cloak on the mini, right? Anything that gets those guys to die on time is going to be beneficial for like a PB group for sure. Next up, we'll talk about trap real quick. Trap is going to be completely single target, but here out, let's just reset this. We'll wait for my quick cloak to drop off so we can get one skill at a time. Okay, yes, so trap is a single target dot, so you can place it on the mini. You're already going to be standing over here anyway. Like we said, like place your wall, do whatever, you fulminate it, you quick cloak it. So yeah, go ahead and trap the mini too. But here's another thing. You see how our trap is currently ticking on this guy? You can trap multiple targets at once. So if I trap this guy as well, there's a trap on one, there's a trap on two. It's currently ticking on both. So technically traps in AoE. A little bit. So if you feel like it, if that's something you want to do, you can trap both the mini and Oaks to get double damage out of the skill. It's one of your best single target dots. I'm pretty sure it is your best single target dot. Like, it does more than fulminating for sure. Because you have to think it's counting the hemorrhaging damage as well as the trap damage. You can see on its debuffs at the very top of my screen. You can see the red hemorrhaging tick. That's an extra dot just added on top of trap. So both of those things added together on two targets at once, it's going to be really, really good damage. I'm not sure if it's like better than beaming both, but you know, it's something to try out. Let's go ahead and reset that. Okay, so now we're left with our last two skills, arguably the most important skills other than our ulti. Your flail and your beam. So let's start off by doing flail. Your flail is just like blockade, in my opinion. It's gonna only be in front of you. So let's have our back to the mini and aim at Oaks. My flail only went forward. So let's go ahead and stand like top right, aim forward, nothing. Let's stand at the side. We have now hit both. Your flail will hit to your side. See, even right here, look at where I'm at. I'm like directly parallel with his side, and it is still hitting both. But you know, you can do that. I prefer to just make sure that it hits and stand directly behind. It'll go through. Reaches pretty far. Look at, oh shit. Okay. You can kind of see how far it's going. It's pretty far. It's just about the size of your blockade. Let's go fact check that real quick. Blockade 18. Flail 15, just a couple meters off, but just about the same. You're gonna be able to reach regardless. This is important. Flail is super important. I see a lot of people who just kind of don't hit their flails. It's important because the abyssal ink, 5% increased damage to enemies. I see a lot of people who kind of just miss that sometimes. You want abyssal ink on both targets because it just increases your damage by 5% for both. If you're like, you know, doing this, if you're flailing, even let's say this way, you know, you think you're aiming towards Oaks, but you're not. Just about there. Like right here, I think I'm aiming at Oaks, but I'm not. You know, that's a lot of damage that you're just losing out of that. Your abyssal ink, you want to keep up on both. Just a ton of damage. I see people missing that all the time. And then your big whammy, your big huge skill that you want to make sure that you're hitting is beam. I prefer just to play it safe. Stand behind the mini, hug the mini, and aim all the way around. You can see my damage numbers are hitting. Let's see how far back I can get here. You know, I'm chilling. It's hitting both this whole time. Just as long as you're aiming Oax and having the beam go through the mini, guaranteed way to get beam on both targets. But let's experiment just a little bit. Let's go to the side of him. Our beam is reaching. Let's go directly in front of the mini. My beam is still hitting both. So you can see here that beam goes all the way around you. It has like, I can't remember if it's like 1 meter or however many meters around you. We can experiment with that actually. Let's see. How far can I get away before? Look at that. That is incredible. Right about here. Look at it. It is still hitting both. Now, obviously, the hitboxes are different in Rockgrove, but this is just an example of like you can stand like in front of the mini, like have your back to it, and your beam is still gonna reach. So let's say that charge is coming out. This is a big thing too. Like, okay, you know, charge is about to come out, so I'm parsing, right? We say hug boss, just get in here, get in this little pocket. You can keep doing whatever you're doing, you know, and then as soon as charge is over, you just go straight back out, and you're good to go. Yeah, so you don't have to be like all the way back here. You don't have to be in fucking Narnia. You know, you can be all the way up here. You can even be as far as we're going like right now. Okay. Okay. So now we can go ahead and do a little bit of a demonstration of like how I would do it. You know, I'll just do like a casual parse so you can kind of see it, you know, clean in this environment. And, you know, if you see something that you like, you know, translate that to your trial environment. See if you learn something. I'm gonna go ahead and get my stam low. I'm gonna go into the fight with everything pre-buffed. And just for fun, I'm gonna trap and fulminate the mini like off the bat. That might not be the best opening, but that's just what I'm gonna do for fun. Okay, so I'm gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Fulminate, trap the mini, grab my ulti, flare flow beam. Now let's imagine that you know, there's magma sledges on the floor and I have to dance a little bit, right? So, you know, oh, I'm moving, I'm stepping out of shit, right? And then let's say, oh, there's one back here. Oh, okay, I'll move in here, right? And then I'll move back, right? You know, I'm chilling. You can move wherever the fuck you want on Arcanist, and you're still gonna be hitting shit. So, let's say your OT calls Sunburst heavy. Let's back out here. Oh, and then back in, right? Just shit like that. You know, you get the idea. Magma sledges, we're moving out of them. Yep, let's move out, yep. Back here, make sure our flail hits. Yeah, this is literally all I do when I go into Oax. I've hit like near 180k AoE on Oax before. And I don't even play Arcanist that much, I just go into open runs and see what I can do. So, if you take some of the tips that you've learned, you know, maybe this will help out. See if you can hit more than like 130. Alright, we'll go ahead and be done there. Thank you guys for watching, I appreciate it. Okay, just like a little side note, I thought about it right after I stopped the recording. Blockade, let's go just take a little look at this ability, right? It's 18 by 12. 12, you say? 12 is large, that's the width. So let's go ahead and look at it on the big floor here. let's just look at the AoE. This width is 12 meters. It's pretty fucking fat. Pretty huge. So, hear me out. I've done this plenty. Any class that uses Inferno staff for blockade, watch this. They're both getting hit by it because it's such a big fucking AoE. So if you get into a pinch, you know, normally I would prefer play it safe, stand behind the mini, aim at Oax. There you go, bam. But if you're in a pinch, you know, you're getting out of sunburst, you're getting out of magma sludges, you know, meteor crashes from the new mini spawning. If you're in a pinch and you have to up your blockade like this, then 100% try it out. You'll be able to hit both as long as they are stacked close enough. Like what was this? What we say? 12 meters. As long as they're stacked 12 meters, it will hit both. So if you think they're too far apart, don't worry about it. Just do it the normal way. But if you think they're really, really, really close and you're in the pinch, just do it like this. Easy, easy peasy. That's probably the last thing until I think of something else and press the record button. So thanks for watching for like the third time now. Thank you.